messages.
I'm gonna try it again.
Mom's Motorsports hauls snowmobiles and people west for Rocky Mountain snowmobile adventures. Perfect driving conditions kept the crew on schedule and ready to snowmobile the snowy mountain range. Kenny, owner of the 10 Mile Inn, assured us that the muddy driveway and warm temperatures wouldn't last long. This was my first trip to the Snowies, and as usual, I'm in awe of the surrounding beauty. Everything was shaping up to be a great finish to a mountain-dominated snowmobile season. Speaking of the last ride, Rick is glad to tell us about his favorite toy.
It's been a long season. This is our 8th ride coming out, bringing guys out west. 8 rides, pretty hard on a sled. I've tore this thing up pretty good. I got about 14,000 mountain miles on here. It's on about its 7th or 8th motor, 3rd chain case, 2nd track, 2nd drive axle. Needless to say, it's been in the trees a few times, been in the creek upside down, bounced off a lot of rocks. You've been there and seen a lot of it. I know you've seen it. Come check it out. Ride out here with us, ride on your own. You don't got to do this kind of crazy stuff, but you can still have a good time. Last week I come down the hill in parts and I left some parts. Had to come back, get them, throw them in our bag, duct tape stuff up just to get the hell out of it.
Big girl, let me holler at ya. Let me holler, 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 holler at ya.
Got a hand choke it because I don't have no choke levers broke off, so a hand choke her, get her fired up for today, see if the old beast will run.
The anti-theft so nobody steals this bad machine.
Anti-theft. She's ready for another 14,000 mountain miles. Look, my headlights are working.
So you should give him that camera. You're riding on the back of my sled to pick up this rental.
Like Kenny said, it wouldn't last long. At midnight, it wasn't snowing, and at 7:30 a.m., there was a fresh foot of snow on the ground. I rode on the back of Jacob's sled to where we were meeting Ryan of Albany Lodge to get my rental, and a clutch for one of the other guys.
How many trips did this year? 9. Holy shit. 9 to the mountains. Wow. 1 to Minnesota. How's the early one? The Christmas one. I love it at Christmas time. It's all cottony powder. This stuff stays real wet and moist when it comes up. In December, it seems like it's always fluffy. You gotta watch out for stumps and rocks and stuff because there's no base built up, but the fluff is just amazing early season. That's my favorite time to ride.
Is it? He was talking about maybe doing it next year. Pre-Christmas is his favorite ride.
Early season, yeah, it's fluffy cottony powder. What's that?
Where do you guys usually go?
Started going
Fortunately,
here.
I had to park at a dealer and hurry.
Yep.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, Ryan there, please.
Nope, he had to go deliver his sled. Can I help you?
Okay, yeah, this is Rick, Mom, with Mom's Motorsports. We were just wanting to know if he was on his way. We figured the snow has probably got him slowed down, right?
Oh, yeah, and then with him pulling the trailer and the trail's probably not being that group, it's probably going to take him a while.
Now, as long as we know he's on his way, no big deal. He'll be here.
Yep, he's on his way.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
It's been a fun ride. See these notches right there? Yeah. If it doesn't have the notch, it'll just spread that secondary wide open and it's just going to make a hell of a lot of noise and not go anywhere.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I have that or not. So you're saying that's the difference right there?
Yep. From what you were describing anyway. I'm assuming that's the problem.
I don't know. Do I have that?
I don't see the notches, no.
Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Rick, Mom with Mom's Motorsports. I don't know if you remember, you brought us a sled in December there.
Yep.
Appreciate you bringing out another one, working with us.
No
this
problem.
is Ryan from Albany Lodge.
We'll
Appreciate
see what
it.
happens.
All right. Thank you very much. Yep.
I had the blues so bad one time, it put my face in a permanent frown. I'm feeling so much better, I could cakewalk into town. Said I woke up this morning feeling so good, you know, I laid back.
But once again,
We're getting me unstuck. Rick's over there trying to find a way to turn around. The snow out here today, after getting so much snow and all that slush under it yesterday, is just, it's tough. It's just tough out here today. Now I gotta go help Rick, who's stuck. He'll get out probably. The warming of the last few days and now a 1.5 feet of fresh powder made the conditions a little trickier than usual, but I'm lucky to have such good level-headed friends willing to help me out.
Son of a down!
Ain't no way. Can't keep on the belt, man.
Like I said, good friends to help me out. They tell me they don't mind holding the camera while I dig. I tell them my job is to make sure I have the shot first. And they usually just don't cut it as camera people. This may be the end of the day. The day is just still kind of a crappy little day, I suppose. I mean, we're having fun, but it's snowing and we're getting stuck a little too much. We're probably heading back for the rest of the day.
I went to the station.
After another great breakfast, Kevin, Jacob, and I got off to an early start just to be slowed down by brake issues.
Well, apparently we were busting cheeks trying to get over here too fast, and I got the brakes a little warm, and I got nothing. No stopping power. Not a good feeling.
Well, you gotta let them cool. Actually, the fluid, the brake fluid inside the caliper is boiling, and you lose your brakes. A lot of you NASCAR fans will realize that when the short tracks, they do a lot of braking, they lose their brakes quick. That's what's happened here.
Well, after a half hour of cooling the brakes, we got underway just to be blasted by high winds on Medbo Mountain.
Rode out of 10 Mile, Wyoming this morning. We're in the Snowies, otherwise known as the Blowies. As you can see, that's what it is. We're on Medbo Mountain right now, heading up towards the peak. Don't know if we're going there. The weather's not cooperating. We're gonna sit here and think about it. I need to get my helmet back on because my face is just about froze. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. It's gonna slow us down, and that's it. It's not gonna stop us. We're gonna shred some mountains today.
Back on our way. Not. My rental is now having problems. The track is ratcheting, and we need to tighten it, but we don't have the right tools.
You know, I said a little prayer and we're getting a little clearing, so maybe I should spend a little more time in church on Sunday. Last I knew, Sundays were for snowmobiling.
It's Monday, Rob.
Well, that's not my point.
Our second day, same as the first, is not quite going as planned. Kevin took off for a couple of minutes to grab Rick and the rest of the group. They were following our trail to meet us. Unfortunately, the winds blew them over.
But I'm trying, we trying. Oh Lord, we're trying, we keep trying, we trying.
We had a suspicion that Keith, the other Arctic guy, would have the right tool to get my rental on the move again.
All right, that's good.
So far, we're not getting any cooperation from the weather or the machines. When I say snowmobiling is exhilarating, I mean it. But this wind was simply incredible. It can be pretty scary when the guy in front of you, who is only about 15 feet away, just disappears into the abyss. I never thought that inching along at 10 miles per hour can truly be a terrifying experience, but it was. We did the blizzard conditions for about 2.5–3 hours before we turned around and went back. On our way back, we started getting a clearing here and there, and we took every opportunity to play. I even gave the camera to Jacob to catch me jumping off a cornice. Now that the sun was out and we found some fresh powder, we were very happy we didn't give up on the day.
If you can't be good, I'll be good at it.
The Medicine Bow Mountains are a mountain range in the Rocky Mountains that extend for 100 miles. From northern Colorado into southern Wyoming. Wyoming's northern portion of the range is often referred to as the Snowy Range or the Snowies. From the northern end of Colorado's Never Summer Mountains, the Medicine Bow Mountains extend north from Cameron Pass along the border between Larimer and Jackson counties in Colorado and northward into south central Wyoming.
If you know just what you want, we might just break it on down. I'm down for that. I think you've been lonely since your man left town. Every time you leave, you always come around. You're just looking for some action. I see you.
I think that it worked. I think the prayer worked. It lightened up, it gave us some play places, it gave us some powder, it gave us lots of fun things to do. We're finally out doing it this afternoon. This morning was certainly I don't know quite how to describe it, but basically we were in a blizzard all morning trying to, about 10–15 miles an hour, pick all of our way through. And I've never been here before. Jacob knew where he was going, so it was good we had one of those guys, but I didn't, so it was kind of a whole different kind of adventure, a different kind of exhilarating than what you've seen normally on DMX Motorsports doing the snowmobile stuff. So, hey, hang with us. We've got a lot more to show you today on day 2, 10 Mile Wyoming. Jacob and I just couldn't resist taking a shot at the famed Widowmaker.
Trying to pop out of your mama's skin. I think you are ready to begin your own life. You've been swimming all around.
Tell me about the Widowmaker. We got a chance to do a little high marking on it the other day, but what is the allure and what's the reputation?
Well, it's probably some of the steepest and nastiest climbing that's close to the trail up here. So it's relatively easy to find, big hill, good for wrecking a lot of parts.
You'll have your mama's nose and my big fat Freddy Flintstone toes. Me and your mom can't wait to know what you look like. I'll probably just sit and look at you. I'll change your diaper if I have to. Or better yet, I'll just give you to your mom. Lola Jean, finally on the scene.
Even Dusty's gonna be riding with us today. He hails from Mesik, Michigan. He was a co-pilot of my longtime good friend Tom Baldwin, was a mud racer of ours for years, passed away last year. Dusty's been riding around with us all year long. We're going to take him up on the mountains today and get some shots up there. That explains all the mud on him since I said he was in a mud racer. So we're going to take him up there and get him rinsed off with some snow. Might even make him do some high marks and some jumps. He's got his helmet on. I think he's had that helmet on ever since the kids fixed him up for time going riding. He's been parked, he's been inside that truck for probably 8 years.
Well, if this is any indication of how the day is going to go, it should be pretty interesting. 40 yards off the trail, almost half of the group from Illinois are stuck and need some assistance.
Here we are out here in the Snowy Mountain Range, staying at 10 Mile Inn. Out here on the trail today, come across these guys that was out in front of us, riding with Rob here. Got a broke down rental. Obviously it's an Arctic Cat, as usual. I shouldn't say that, I'm gonna get hit in the back of the head here. But yeah, we got a track come loose a little bit, slid off to the side. They're getting stuff adjusted up. We're gonna get on over there, try to get the backside of Widowmaker, some of them hills over there, let these guys get an eyeball on them. Went over yesterday and it was blowing snow so hard you couldn't see nothing. We ended up turning around and going back over to the west side and played in the deep powder. Usually there's a lot deeper powder on the west side. The east side seems to be blown clean or hard and everything way over there. So we're gonna make it back over today, try to get some sights and see what we can do.
Once again, it's great to have Rev Kev there to get me back on the trail.
You ever see that angry Canadian guy hollering about his Arctic Cat? He's got a camera pointing. What you have here? A loser. I'm a born loser. And he starts pointing at his Arctic Cat. He's hollering.
Track's loose. It's not running on the guide. It's causing the side of the track to move over to that side of the tunnel, which is shaving it. I believe the problem is the rider. It has nothing to do with the machine.
Keith, here's the problem. We found the
That is not the problem. It's the operator.
What we have here is a damn low down, broken down Arctic Cat. Just come back.
Got a broken down Arctic Cat.
What do we gotta do to fix it?
Trade it in for a Skidoo or a Polaris.
Now that it's the beginning of April, the snowmobile clubs are pulling out the warming huts. These buildings can be life-saving, so know where they're located during the snowmobile regular season.
Oh, the mountains, you know, the elevation, you know, you're really out of shape. A lot better snow. Snow's a lot better out here playing in the deep powder. It's getting off the trails, the rough trails back in Michigan. I forget those. We'll ride these nice trails out here. Trails are even better.
It's unbelievable. More snow than I can ever imagine. Rode in the truck all the way out here, didn't see any snow, got here, and it's just tons of snow. It's unbelievable.
Oh, this is great. All the snow. It's just a great last ride of the season out here in April. It's just a great time. A lot of good snow, great temperatures. Oh, Monza Motorsports is a great way to come out of here. It's just a fantastic place, great place to stay. I mean, the food's good, the rooms are great. You know, they'll help you out any way you can out here, you know. Just a lot of fun. It's a great place to go.
A guy we met online has a safety kit buried down in there. Everything you need for a night or two of survival out here. Snowmobile gas, oil, some Spam, wire ties, duct tape, hatchet, you name it, it's in there.
What are we going to do with it?
Tarps, work gloves. We're just digging it out. Dig it out every periodically so it ain't 15 feet buried in snow if somebody does need it. Plus it's April and he's going to come pick it up pretty soon, so we thought we'd do him a favor and get it partway unburied for him.
You know that name, Chuck Beasley, that you keep hearing about? He's the man that does this. And 5 gallons of gas.
So he makes the trip out west to come back and get everything?
He lives in Colorado, near Denver. So he's only a couple hours from here. This is his favorite place to ride. So he's up here quite often.
We've had a good snowstorm out here. It's been some great powder. Temperatures are great. It's not super cold this time of the year, but it's cold enough to make some good riding. A little windy this trip, but still we can deal with it. It's a lot of fun.
That's where they come the blowies.
That's exactly it. Great place to go though. Need to try it at least once.
I got the love of my baby. We feel good inside. We work so hard for everything we own.
He hasn't been able to see nothing for the past 15 miles. He's a little bit upset. Now I gotta go back and do everything all over again.
Trying to get my breath back here.
It's a poor man's lazy boy.
Dig them, get them up, and then just bury them.
So did you pick it up, take it out of there then, or check it out?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his sleds. He actually had a couple of Lake County. That was a long trip, but it was a blast. My dad talked me into it. It was his 60th birthday and said he wanted to come out west, so what we did. It's kind of cool when everybody at home's putting their sleds away in April and we're loading up to go out west.
We're still having fun no matter what we do. Well, it's a good
put a stick to it.
Jacob's got a 2-holer.
Double dogger.
Who needs a stick next?
Half-baked hot dogs at 10,000 feet once again.
Bring it in, pack it out. Because this country's just too beautiful to be trashing it. We stole it from the Indians as it is. At least we could do is try to keep it decent. We did it.
Not too many guys. Up in the high country, roasted hot dogs and fog evaders with half-baked hot dogs.
The real difference, you know, we ride in the UP a lot and we look for off-trail stuff, and you have to search for it. And here, it's right outside the back door. You could play all day. So it's and the snow's deep and there's so much stuff to climb. It's awesome. It's awesome.
We're out here in the snowy mountain range. We're on the backside of Widowmaker, having some fun, carving some stuff up. Got my co-driver up there on the side of the hill trying to dig himself out. So figured while we're waiting for him to dig out, we'll do a little plug for 10 Mile Inn. Also for Albany Lodge. They give us a sled here. They give us a sled to be able to get the camera guy out here and film all this action. As you see, and there's plenty of it going on. He's in a bad spot up there. He's got it laying on its side now. He'll be perfectly fine. He can get down to it, tip it up, and jump right on the seat and ride it down. Well, Jacob went on up there. He's not really stuck. Rob is what he's did is he put that sled in there. He started to carve in a little bit, and he let it sit perfectly on that little shelf that he's got carved. He's going to go up there and try to help Kevin, and he can come back down there and basically tip his sled a little bit, nail the gas, and jump right out of there. That's what you call a controlled stuck. Get on a side hill, and you can actually carve in and hold that right there. He's got a big hike to get up there. Jacob was up there last year, just about where Kevin's at, stuck last year, and Bob Sweet went up there to help him. Hiked up that long ways, had his helmet cam on, jumped up in there and slid down that hill, and by the time he got down to his sled, he didn't even know if he was going to stop when he got to his sled. That spot where they're at is really, really steep. Again, we want to thank 10 Mile Inn and Albany Lodge. Albany Lodge let you get this rental sled, be able to come out here and do some filming. 10 Mile Inn, Ken and Kimberly there taking care of us. They're our host. Got a whole group of us. I think tonight we got some more guys flying in. There should be 36 of us there for supper tonight. So looking forward to a good time. I think we're probably going to have some beers after today. These guys are looking pretty thirsty, and I'm probably going to have to join in myself.
Seen a lot of snow, a lot of hills. Enjoying it all. Next time I'll come with something bigger. Actually, probably just a bigger track. A little better clutching, I think I'd be pretty good. I get myself in enough trouble with this thing.
I went to the station to fill up my ride, and your MasterCard has been denied. I'm trying.
On our fourth day, Rick, Jacob, and Kevin and myself set out for an incredible day in the deep powder of the snowy mountain range. With at least another foot of new snow in the high country, it gave the perfect opportunity to bounce around in the fluffy powder.
I'm sorry, son, I'm down and out. He's trying. Oh, Lord, he's trying. We keep trying. We trying. Oh, Lord, we're trying. Well, I keep trying hard, but the money don't come. I keep trying hard just to get me some. Working through the day just to make it through the night. Telling myself it's gonna be alright. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
One of the most fun things about riding with Rick Mom is just when you think an area is all tore up, Rick always seems to squeeze in one more pass.
I can't spend the night.
We were 4 kids in a candy store. I even got in the mix. Jacob just missed me crashing through the backside of this tree.
I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright. Everything will be alright.
As Rick passed by, I swear I heard a monkey laughing. Even if I'm just hearing things, I think Dusty is having the time of his life. With an average snowfall of 21 feet, you can see just how we get lost in this winterland of snow.
But I'm trying, we trying. Oh Lord, we're trying, we keep trying, we trying. Oh Lord, we're trying.
Well, it's day 4, 10 Mile, Wyoming, and here we are, stuck again. Heard rumors of people back in Michigan saying that there wasn't any snow here. I'm here to tell you there's snow here. And we're on the 5th of April, and there's plenty of it around. We're stuck. Jacob's gonna pull me out. Who's got the camera right now? He's gonna pull me out with the bungee in just a second.
After a textbook snow bungee pull, We are back on the side of the mountain for more Side Hill Mayhem.
I got thousands of fans all around this land that tell me I'm great all the time. But I can't get a record deal to save my life, and it kind of blows my mind. I've been traveling all around from town to town, just doing them one-night stands. I've been selling my records out the back of my truck, tearing it up with my four-piece band. I'm a blue-collar blues man, and I'm gonna get it on my own. Get some help from the boys in the band and my sweet woman at home. Well, this one's for the fans that buy my records and come out to hear me play. I'm a blue-collar blues man, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I love Detroit, that's where I cut my teeth, and I learned how to play the blues. Well, it's a roughneck town, and if you ain't careful, you can sure enough pay some dues. I've done sold-out shows in St. Clair Shores, Hamtramck I played.
Our quest for untouched powder was becoming reality. It's fun to ride with a little larger group because more crazy things do happen. With a small group like this one, however, it allows us to move quickly, resulting in the best powder of the week.
Probably the nicest thing about the Snowies, other than just the amount of snow that we get, is the varying degrees of terrain. I mean, we've got everything from hill climbing like what you see up here today to hundreds of miles of groom trails, thousands of miles of logging roads, a lot of creeks and drainages, a lot of open areas, so there's a little bit of everything. Well, it's right now we're probably sitting on about 9 to 10 feet of base where we're at here, and we keep getting snow all the way to the end of May. Albany Lodge has a bar and restaurant, a hotel, a lot of cabins and houses that we rent. There's a big parking area right across the street from us. We've got a shop and about a 40 sled rental fleet. We rent Arctic Cats this year. So pretty much your one-stop snowmobiling shop.
Whoa, yeah. Raise your glass and toast, good friend. Let's hope this party never ends. Get out your chairs and on your feet. Shake your booty to the funky beat.
Rick and Jacob found this pristine spot where no one else had been all winter. That's when the Snowmobile Club came through and pulled up their trail markers. I can hardly imagine what they were thinking.
Riding out of the parking area is a low elevation, is a little bit tricky. Once you get into the middle to end of April, you got to trailer up a little ways, or sometimes you got to ride a little bit of questionable trail, so that's why they pull the markers early. Well, the first thing is it doesn't really matter what you ride because there's all kinds of different riding out here. So if you have a mountain sled, that's great, but if you don't, there's still a lot of trail, a lot of logging road, and a lot of open areas that you can get to. There's guides available. I guide out of Albany. There are guides available out of Centennial. There's guides available out of Saratoga. So if you're looking for a guide to really show you the country, it's plenty of guides available. Trails are marked real well until they pull them up in April, so it's pretty easy to navigate around here.
Kevin was kind enough to grab the camera and ask me what happened, just like I've done to him in the past.
So Rob, what happened here?
Well, I set up a time-lapse shot for all of us to come down through this little meadow, down to the camera, come back up and mess it up. And I've been really trying hard the last few days and giving some side hills and powder curves, and I really thought I could snowmobile, and I came up, was doing pretty well. I was making some nice curves, made a nice wide curve, coming back around. I saw the tree. Guess what I went straight at? The tree. Did you look at the tree? I looked at the tree.
And there's the tree.
You're not supposed to look at the tree. I looked at the tree. And I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna pay Rick back for a little bit of damage I've done.
Shoot some more video.
I guess I'm gonna stay off the hill and shoot the video, I guess is what I'm gonna have to do.
Well, after we assess the damage, we'll chalk up another bumper, hood, and a plastic piece to the list of damage for my snowmobile season. Back to the powder, because the second to the last day of the season is almost over, and there won't be more powder like this for us for another 9 months or so. Kevin Toombs, Rev Kev, has been on all 3 trips I've been on this year with Mom's Motorsports, and he's been trying to perfect his powder curves, and he's just about there. By the end of next season, he'll be challenging Rick for his title of Powder Curve King.
She'll be drunk and gone. I'll be laying home with the television on. I live the blues, you know that ain't no lie. Yeah, give me just a minute and I'll tell you all the reason why. Here's why.
She's frosty today. I'll do my trademark.
Money, living like this ain't a damn thing funny. I live blues, no that ain't no lie. Yeah, give me just a minute and I'll tell you all the reason why. Oh, I live the blues, no that ain't no lie. Oh, I live the blues, no that ain't no lie. Whoa, give me just a minute and I'll tell you all the reason why.
The fifth day starts with more sled drama. Jacob's sled is overheating. It just might not be able to make this day. I went ahead to grab some video of Medbo Mountain while Rick, Kevin, and Jacob take a closer look at it.
I was born to play the blues. There ain't nothing that I'd rather do. I was born to play the blues.
I guide out of Albany Lodge. Albany's on the southern end of the Snowy Mountains, right on the edge of the National Forest. Big area. It's about 60 by 40 miles. Water riding.
After repeated attempts to fix his sled, Jacob hooks it up to the tow rope for a quick trip back to the 10-mile inn. I met up with Nick Bristow and a couple of his friends from the Albany Lodge for an interview and some backcountry fun.
So you're racing for your life, trying to outrun these blues.
Well, where we're sitting right now is about 500 feet from the Highway 130 Scenic Byway, which is the highway that goes across the Snowies in the north, basically from Centennial to Saratoga. It's a beautiful road to drive in the summer. I think it's even better in the winter when you can go all over the place. Like right now, we'd be sitting on top of rocks the size of Volkswagens in the area that we're at right now. So you can really get around in the winter and see a lot of stuff that would take you a lot more time to see in the summer. Not only that, but in the summer, a lot of this area is off limits. It's non-motorized use. You got to stay on the trails. In the winter, you can pretty much go anywhere up here.
Drop out of sight, so the blues will have to sidestep you.
On the roller coaster by the Widowmaker, we met up with Rotten Johnny, who we first met in Cook City, Montana.
10 Mile in April is the bomb. We've had fresh snow 2 different days, pretty much all week. We've gotten lucky this week. Of course, last year was the same way. Beautiful place to go, beautiful place to be.
Well, this is our 3rd year coming out here, or my 3rd year coming out, and it's been an absolutely fabulous trip again this year. Every year we come out here, the snow is just superb. We had a little bit of rain one night, woke up in the morning with 18 inches of fresh snow. Just doesn't get much better than that.
Ten Mile is great. Mom's Motorsports is great. They always put on a good spread. Paula and Rick are the best. And Jacob, it's good. It's definitely the way to go.
Hi, I'm Rick Mom with Mom's Motorsports. We're all here at Snowy Mountain Range, staying at 10 Mile Inn. Come over here, climbing some hills, backside of Widowmaker back here, just playing around in the trees and little blow holes and tree holes and stuff like that. Having a good time. I think everybody, we run into another one of the groups that's staying with us. They were out here riding. We ended up catching up with them. I think you caught up with one earlier. We went back, had a sled broke down earlier. Had to go back, get another sled out of the trailer for Jacob, get that thing fired up, come back over here, looked around, found you guys, hooked up with them, and looks like we're gonna have a good rest of the day. There's no doubt about it. Dusty's been faring pretty well. His eyes have stayed clear today. He gave me hell last night. He couldn't see nothing. He got snow all over his goggles half the day, I guess. It wasn't a good ride. All them jumps, he thought he was on a roller coaster.
This is just a fantastic sport to come out here. And the scenery, point a camera any direction, and it's just fabulous. My only regret is I should have started this 30 years ago. Now the trip out, you know, there's a lot of anticipation on the way out, wondering what the snow is going to be like, and it's always really eerie coming. Seems like you're driving for hours and hours and hours. You never see a flake of snow, and then all of a sudden you make that last round coming up towards 10 Mile and Ryan Park, and you get right back into it. It's just awesome.
Billy Bones was the man who worked down at the market. He chewed tobacco, mama real low. He didn't want to talk about it. He ran the numbers for Annie Mae in the basement of
the opportunity to get out here. This is went to Cook City for a week back in January, and out here in Wyoming, and it's great, I guess. I don't know really what else to say. I'm kind of a loss with that one.
Say it makes you giddy as a schoolgirl.
No, I'm not saying that.
Riding with James and Johnny is always, it's a treat. I've got a few years on them, so I'll try to get out there and do everything I can do. And I have just as much fun sitting back and watching them get themselves into trouble on a daily basis. It's awesome.
We're having a great time. 10 Mile, our 5th day with Mom's Motorsports. We're tearing it up out here. We finally got our blue skies that we've been looking for all week, and it's a shame that it's the last day. Some of these guys will actually go out tomorrow and snowmobile for a little while, but I'll be packing up, getting ready to head back to Michigan.
The food and beverages at 10 Mile has been just superb again this year. We have something different on the menu every day, and it's better than eating at home. Don't let my wife see this.
We hung out with Johnny and James for a couple more jumps on our last day in Wyoming.
I mean, everybody back at home has put their snowmobiles away, and here we are in April snowmobiling.
Yeah, they definitely shouldn't have, because today happens to be pretty sunny and the snow settled down a lot, but the last 2 days in a row, and Sunday, Monday, we had beautiful 18, 20 inches of powder, so it was excellent.
Everything will be all right. I've got to leave here soon.
We figured we'd celebrate the last day of the snowmobile season with a couple more half-baked hot dogs on an open fire. Rick poses Dusty for a picture with a couple of back bends and a shot to the kidney.
What we're doing just ain't right. But girl, you know,
After all the excitement, Dusty decides to have one too.
Beautiful.
There are many hidden dangers in the mountains, as Rick almost found out. Good thing Kevin was next to this hole and waving his arms. The camera just doesn't show how deep it really was. I estimate that it was about 12 feet deep. As we're drawing near to the end of the day, trip, and season, Jacob decides to give us one more great moment before we go home.
rough. What do you think of that, Dusty? Good ball! Yeah! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Yeah, it's time to start this fuck.
One more thing, just to cap it all off. Both Jacob and Rick's sled requires pull ropes to start. It's hard to imagine that they even move after what I've seen this year.
What we have here is a no good pull rope for a skidoo. This is the only thing that will save you. We've been riding all week. Now we got 2 sleds starting on a pull rope. Do not count on a recoil. Either get electric start or don't buy a skidoo. What can I say? Dusty says he's tired of pulling too. Woo!
As I sit here watching the sun setting on the snowmobile season, I have only one thing that comes to mind. Summer sucks. See you next year, boys.
Thank you.